everybody, welcome back to my anime review channel, Geese Anime. Today we're going to be watching Mushoku Tensei, episode 17. Last episode we left off with Rudy meeting up with Paul, his dad, after they have a bit of a skirmish when Rudy decides that he's going to intervene and try to help out a kidnapped child, when in fact what's going on is Paul's dad has gathered some people together to help gather up everybody that was caught up in the mana explosion and sent around to other places in the world. Now, I think it's kind of odd that this explosion essentially really didn't kill anybody, it seems. It just scattered everybody around. And these people that it scattered, especially like the children or the women or elderly, were being used as slaves, so Paul was going around freeing them. And the child that Rudy thought was being kidnapped was actually one of the bullies that used to pick on Sophie. So Paul begins to drill into Rudy about why he didn't think about anything else, why he didn't think about anyone else, why he didn't think the man explosion would have affected any other areas other than just them. And Rudy's shooting back at Paul with, well, I did, basically what I thought I could. I tried my best. So we've got these two butting heads against each other, and what ends up happening is they get into another scuffle after that. Norn, his younger sister, pushes Rudy away from their dad and calls Rudy a bully, which essentially brings back to the fact that he's become what he hated in his previous life. Those people that used to pick on him. And something that was brought to my attention is the fact that Norn, for all of Paul's disheveled looks and the fact that he doesn't look like he's eating or sleeping at all, Norn looks like she's being well taken care of. So in Paul's defense, he is doing the best he can, and at least he's taking care of his child, as he's looking for his wife and other daughter, and I forget the maid's name, but he's looking for all of them. So now we're going to pick up with this episode and see if maybe we can get a little resolution going here and get some semblance of family unity back together as we decide to move forward and hopefully look for the rest of our family. With that said, let's go on this episode, see what happens, and I will see you there. Alright everybody, here we go. Okay, so this is back in the past when everything first happened. So now we're seeing everything through Paul's eyes.
Neat!
There's like literally nothing. Well, at least Norn ended up with her dad and not just like some of the other kids by themselves,
You got that right.
They got blown quite a ways away too, but I guess not across the continents. Okay. So this is where he first teams up with everybody. Yeah. Look at his dad already looking tired and wore out. But still depressed because he hasn't found anyone that he really cares about. If he didn't have Norn with him, he probably would have just killed himself. Yeah, I'm convinced. He would be in a much worse place or just dead. I hope they find everybody soon, because if they don't, it's just, oh, Geese!
Squirrel!
It's just gonna feel kind of weird and off and wrong. I'm pretty sure that was Geese.
Yep.
His son.
Obviously.
Is he angry at Rudy? Or at himself, or both? Okay, so he does know that his son.
Good guess, but actually no.
Probably looking at women. Paul is putting too much on Rudy's shoulders.
So wrong.
You're always getting it wrong. Oh wow, Geese has had a rough upbringing. I mean, just take the turtles for example. Exactly. You can't expect everything out of one child. Even if he does have the mind of an adult, he still only has the body of a kid. Because he was happy to see his dad.
Duh.
Man, Geese is a drinker! No, Geese does not pull punches either. I don't know if it's the drinking or what. I was surprised Paul hasn't punched him yet. I wouldn't even go that far, even if my dad was a scummy drunk. Exactly, so now let's work together and find everybody else.
Exactly.
Think over it again when you're sober. He might not have been sober for quite some time. Is that when they were little? Oh, he's thinking about how things could be.
This isn't right!
Geese really got to him. No, trying to sober up.
Good!
You can do it, Paul. There we go. Oh, that scruff. Yeah, get that off. Get to looking like the man you used to be. The man Rudy remembers. Zenith fell in love with. Now, who will apologize first, though? Will it be Rudy or Paul? Gonna go smack him already.
Chill!
Roger coming to save Paul from Iris. She's a wild child. That he did. They wouldn't even made it across their first expanse without Rugirid. So Paul will be the first. There we go. Yeah, he does. You both do. You do too. Okay, so now both of them are apologizing.
Hell, it's about time.
He knows he doesn't have it easy because of what Geese told him. So him downplaying it like that, Paul knows he's lying, but Rudy doesn't want to create any more waves, so he's telling it like that to try to keep what peace there is. What's this barkeep up about? He's obviously eavesdropping. Does Paul know that there's nothing left?
Of course!
Yeah. Yeah, you still gotta go see. Make sure. Okay. So is he going to do it on his own, or is he going to come back and help Paul? What about Ghislaine? Nobody's going to look for Ghislaine?
Look him in the eye.
Because he doesn't want his son to go away again. Duh! He probably didn't even notice he shaved or looks any better. His previous life. We haven't had a flashback into his previous life in quite a while. Once again, Rudy becoming what he doesn't like. But he never came by, did he? Exactly. Can we get some real growth now? Exactly.
Hell yeah!
Alright. This is the growth we need. I just wanted to do a little announcement that I am going to be doing a figure giveaway at 500 subscribers for a Super Masters Diorama 2 Trunks and Vegeta figure.
It's over 9,000! You enjoy it.
As a show of appreciation for the support that everybody's been giving me, all the comments everybody's been leaving, all the love from the anime community that I've been shown. I'm hoping to continue with what I'm doing and just to get better as I go to make the experience more enjoyable for everybody so that I can earn that sub from you. And like I said, at 500 subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway for this figure. It is unopened, as you can see. So if you want to win that, then subscribe and just make sure that you're over 18 years of age and you live within the US. Because I don't know if I could afford the shipping outside. Like I said though, with that said, I appreciate all the support I've been given. Thank you very much. I will see you all next time.
Good job!
That's how it should have been. I miss you. I'm glad you're safe. Glad Iris is safe. There we go. There we go. This actually exceeds all of my expectations too. Because I really was wondering if they were going to reunite as a family like this or not ever again. His initial reaction last episode was what I would have expected after he realized it was his son, but then it just fell flat from there. It really went into an unexpected direction that nobody really was looking at or expected. This barkeep, clutch. Was that the letter? Ruggiero punched her in the face? It wasn't easy to stop her. Especially with all the training that he's been giving her, she probably really fought pretty hard to get back to them. Yeah, just remember how Ural's introduction started out? Wasn't so great. You're still gonna hold a chip on her shoulder. Well, he did say it was soon. Exactly. Now that he's met his dad, things are different. Oh, they don't have to sit here and save up money.
Good.
We still gotta get back to sea. Ghislaine is one of my biggest, curiosities. Because someone of her caliber, you would have thought that she would have made a big ruckus and got home really quick. Unless maybe she went with that guy in the inn that she fought against, and they just told her to hold back and wait. Norman's probably still upset too.
Correct!
Rudy really cares about kids. Alright, things are looking quite a bit more upbeat now. Out of nowhere. Bigger Ritz. Is he gonna follow Rudy, right? Is that where they were going? Is Bigger Ritz? Or are they going to do some traveling now? They going after Rudy? No? A different direction? Alright everybody, and that was the episode, and it was a lot better than I would have thought it would have been. We had two really clutch people coming in. We have Geese, of course, coming in to set Paul straight, tell it like it is, and really lay it on thick and heavy. You know, how arrogant or conceited Paul was to act like his child son should have been able to accomplish all kinds of incredible lofty goals by himself while protecting Iris and still, you know, keeping himself on guard against Rudy, just in case Rudy wasn't the person he said he thought he was. Even though the human god character basically told him, you know, hey, look, follow him. So Rudy more or less probably was understanding of, you know, this guy isn't going to betray us. But from Geese's perspective, and especially Paul's perspective, they have to see it like he was always on guard against the elements, against the wild, you know, any creatures that could have come out, against Rudy, against anybody else who might have taken Iris, or all kinds of wild factors. And Paul is expecting Rudy to basically be like this savant that could just solve any and every problem with no issues whatsoever. So Geese basically told him that. So Paul freshens up, goes and meets with Rudy, and helps him, or expresses, you know, his arrogance in thinking that, and apologizing to his son. All the while, Rudy is not paying attention to anything Paul's really saying. And second clutch member, Barkeep, comes in and basically says, look, son, you know, I don't know what's going on, but at least look at him when you're talking to him. Because that's one thing that you really got to do with people, especially in situations like this. Don't always be looking down at the floor, moping in your own head about what's going on, and basically just in one ear and out the other with the conversation. Really listen. And after he does that, Rudy goes back to his past where he basically did the same thing with somebody else. And Paul, setting his pride aside, came to Rudy to apologize. And Rudy's just now realizing that. So Rudy basically says, you know, look, Dad, we're just going to forget about yesterday. Yesterday never happened. Tell me how you would have expressed things to me if this is the first time we meet. And they actually hug and they let out their emotions. And Paul is just a mess. From there, we go back to where Rudy is staying, and they decide to look for... Well, Rudy decides to still go back to their home. Darius' home. And then he's going to look for his mom and sisters and Lilia. So Geese is going to go look in another direction. So the people that you're... When Geese was at the Beast Village looking for somebody, that's who he was looking for. He was looking for Lilia, Aisha, Zenith, his mom, Ghislaine probably. You know, all the family. That's who he's looking for. Because he said, hey, I'm going to go to a new place that we haven't looked at. and look there. So if Geese would have told Rudy that when they first met in the little jail, things would have been probably a lot better. But just to gloss over who you're actually looking for, oh, I'm just looking for somebody. Which is never really even expressed in the anime, actually, to be honest. It's only talked about in the novel, from what I understood. They left that out of the anime and basically just said he was there gambling, which is not actually true. He was actually looking for somebody and got caught up in gambling while he was there. The end, we have them going their separate ways to look for everybody. We have Geese going one way, Rudy, Iris, Ruggiero going another way, and Paul and his little troop going in a separate direction. Next episode is called Separate Ways, so maybe we'll start getting a back and forth of different adventures. Hopefully we catch up with Roxy at some point. And let me know what y'all thought of the episode, people. With that said, I will see you all next time.
Da-da-da.